is even brighter when you've been inside a while. And the road feels richer with possibility after you've spent too long in park. It's time to drive again with Honda, KVB.com's 2020 Best Value brand. You could get a great deal on the 2020 CRV or 2020 HRV with financing as low as 0.9% APR on select models. Visit the Honda Summer Clearance event today.
For well-qualified buyers, see dealer for financing details based on 2020 brand image yours from Kelly Blue Book. Visit KVB.com for more information.
The following is a B92 Sports production. And now, Monday Night Baseball. Dixie Youth Game coverage on B92 is brought to you by Sullivan Ford Lincoln, Exit 40 Brookhaven, King's Daughters Medical Center, Brookway Market Basket on Brookway Boulevard, Rex Lumber Company, Dry Time Fire and Water Cleanup and Restoration, Toyota of Brookhaven on Brookway Boulevard, Dry Therapy Brookway Boulevard, and C&W Homes in Vicksburg. Now let's go behind home plate for Monday Night Baseball on B92.
Good evening and welcome to the Lincoln Civic Center Baseball Complex. Ken Hollingworth along with Jeff Richardson. That's to bring you another Monday night Dixie Youth Baseball game, another 10 and under matchup here this evening. Jeff, team you've covered before, 601 Sports and Bank of Franklin. What are we going to looking at tonight?
That's right, two really good baseball teams. They play fundamentally sound baseball, and the key, as with any time with these kids' age, is throw strikes. And if they throw strikes, we're going to have a good ball game. I love to watch these kids swing away, but we're going to see a lot of activity. I think we saw a fairly high-scoring game last time they played, so I wouldn't expect to see anything different tonight.
Bank of Franklin, the visiting ball club, so they'll lead it off here with Justin Hudson, their second baseman. There's a little lazy wide drive out to second base. That's going to be speared out there by Brooklyn Lee. One pitch and one out here in the top of the first inning.
That's a very solid play there, Ken, and we saw this when 601 played last year. Lee was at last week, a couple weeks ago, Lee was at shortstop, did a great job defensively. And just as you saw there, sometimes they fight those fly balls, but it was right there. He got underneath it, made a great catch, good, solid defensive play.
Bordenberry on the mound here for 601 Sports. There's a shot right up the middle. That's going to be knocked down by the shortstop twice, but no play. Base hit right up the middle by Fisher Holcomb, and Bank of Franklin has one aboard here.
Yeah, good, solid pitch. The pitch was right down the middle, and he just drove it right up through the middle. Perfect hitting right there. That's what you expect these kids to do. So here we go, got something going for Bank of Franklin.
Nobody one out here on the top of the first. Bank of Franklin, 601 Sports, another lefty stepping in there. That's going to be the pitcher for Bank of Franklin, Trip McDowell. The runner versus Holcomb. He'll have that pitch get away from the catcher, and quickly hustling down to first base second base is going to be Holcomb. So an advance on the pitch that got past the catcher. Now they got a run down between the second and third, and they're going to send the runner back to second. Of course, he's still trying to draw a throw out there.
Yeah, it's a pretty smart base running by Holcomb out there. When the throw went back to the pitcher, he started going to third, but good job there by 601 Sports and getting it over to the third baseman and forcing him back to second base.
Pitch outside. That'll throw the count to an 0-2 count here on Trip, 2-0 count here on Trip McDowell. And that's going to be a throw down to second, getting past the infield out to left field, and a run will score on that errant throw as Holcomb coming around to score the first run of the ball game. A 1-0 early lead here for Bank of Franklin.
Holcomb got just what he wanted right there. He threw the throw, and it was a little bit of an errant throw, and he was able to score.
It's way up inside, off the glove of the catcher, runs the count to a 3-0 count now with one out here. Top of the first, Bank of Franklin draws first run here as Holcomb singles, takes second on an errant throw, then they try to pick off, and that ball goes to the outfield, and Holcomb scores.
Good job by Fortenberry there coming back in with a strike. He just needs to settle down here. They got him a little flustered, I think. All the balls being thrown around the infield. So now he just needs to settle down and throw.
Got golf that one out of there, missed it down low for a strike one. So the 3-1 count here on McDowell.
Really good-looking pitch, though. It was about waist high until it got to the plate, and then it just kind of dove down.
Little line drive to the shortstop, scooped up, long throw is not going to be in time. Infield base hit for McDowell as he beats the throw out from Paxton Price at short. It's kind of a slow roller. Shortstop had to kind of wait on it for a second. Yeah. By the time he got it under control, the batter McDowell had a great jump down to first.
Yeah, wasn't a whole lot Price could do with it because of the way the ball was coming at him. It was going to take a funny hop. If he charged it too hard, there was no way he could make the play. So, good job.
As a foul ball right side, down the first base side for St. Robert. Catcher, strike one.
Good swing there. Kind of a high outside pitch. He tried to drive it down the first baseline and did not miss that by much. That could have cleared the bases there, I believe.
So Roberts checks back in, right-handed batter facing the right-handed pitcher, Fortenberry. That's going to be off the corner of the plate, but gets past the catcher, and the runner will hustle down to second, takes the big turn at second, and will stay right there. So McDowell takes advantage of the play. It got past the catcher and takes second of the play.
Well, what we've said out here every week, Ken, I think the hardest working guy on the field is always the catcher, and Lilly, there was a pretty good pitch on the inside, just barely let it get away from him.
Pitch up a little bit high, right at the eye level of Roberts. They'll move it to a 2-1 count now on Roberts with one out here. We're in the top of the first inning. Bank of Franklin, 601 Sports. Bank of Franklin has the early lead, 1-0. Pitch a little bit high on the outside. Got away from the catcher, and he'll wisely hold on to the ball. So the runner at second, McDowell, got a great jump, and I don't think he would have had a play at third at all on that one.
It almost looked like McDowell was going there regardless of what happened on that pitch. He took off pretty quickly there. So either he read it great or he was already gone, but he easily stole third base.
2-2 pitch outside, runs it to a full count, 3-2 now on Mason Roberts with Dawson Smith, the third baseman, on deck here for Bank of Franklin.
If you're Fortenberry here, you got to give him something to hit and give your defense a chance. His defense has played pretty well so far, so he just needs to let them work out there.
Roberts awaits that 3-2 pitch. Here it comes, swung on, big chopper down third base side. They've got it throw to first. Is going to be not in time. Run will score. Third baseman Prather scooped the ball up, made a good strong throw, but just not in time to get the runner. So we've got an infield base hit for Roberts, and a run will score in the form of McDowell, making it 2-0.
He did everything he could do on that ball. As a matter of fact, when he charged in, I think he barehanded it, threw it across the diamond. Great play.
There goes the runner to second, throw down to second base, sliding in safely is going to be Roberts.
Roberts looks like he's got some really good speed. He was going pretty quickly there.
1-0 count here of Dawson Smith. Piles that one back right out in front of us, 1-1 count. An opening line drive to the second baseman by Hudson. Then we had a base hit by Holcomb. He takes second and then scores on an errant throw. Trip McDowell also gets a base hit. He gets a steal second. He also scores on an infield hit. And that ball gets past the catcher. And here comes a run to home. It throws over the pitcher's head. Fortenberry coming in to cover, but the throw over his head, and the racing in is going to be Roberts with a run number 3, and a quick 3-0 lead here from Bank of Franklin with one out, top of the first.
We got a short backstop here, Ken, and sometimes that ball will carry him back to the catcher and give them a chance to make the play. That one kind of came back and stayed dead back at the fence. By the time Lilly could get it and throw it back to Fortenberry, no chance there to get Roberts.
Popped up, it'll be back to the screen here for a strike. Evens the count at 2-2 here on Dawson Smith, the third baseman. Owen Webb, the first baseman, on deck here for Bank of Franklin. Their gray jerseys and white pants.
Big Mr. Smith is 00. I like that.
Fortenberry's pitch upstairs for a ball. I'll run it to a full 3-2 count now on Dawson Smith.
If you're Fortenberry right here, if you're the coach, you're telling him, just calm down, throw strikes, because 3 runs is nothing. We can get that back very quickly.
That's going to be way inside. That will be ball 4. That's the 4th base runner of the inning for Bank of Franklin. That puts Dawson Smith on first with Owen Webb stepping to the plate now. Another right-handed batter for Bank of Franklin.
That's his first base on balls. He's been pretty good with keeping the strikes in there. They've been swinging away at it. Now,
Going to be a ball. Ball one.
Just a little bit off plate. Not a bad pitch there. That's one of those pitches that when you're throwing a lot of strikes, you might get it. When you after you've walked a guy, that's a hard one for the umpire to call.
Here's Fortenberry checking with his catcher. Pitch is going to be swung on, fouled up the screen here on the left side. That'll move the count to 1-1 now. So, Jeff, this is the last full week of baseball games. We've got, I think, Monday night action next week with a couple of games.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really nice they were able to get them a small, short, compact season.
Swing and a miss by Smith. Had a good whip at it and missed it for a strike.
Good job by Lilly there, getting it down to second base. He just about got Mr. Smith if he ran in there.
So Smith takes advantage of the play as well, taking to second base after he had walked. That's going to be inside just a little bit. They'll even the count up at 2-2 here on Owen Webb. Cruz Carpenter, one of the four outfielders on deck here for Bank of Franklin.
Bank of Franklin's coaching staff is really challenging these base runners to make something happen.
Gets away from Lilly. Here comes the runner. Throw to third is not going to be in time. In fact, got past the third baseman. They're going to send the runner home. And here comes the runner, Dawson Smith, the scoring run number 4 for Franklin County here in the top of the first with one out.
Yeah, you can tell these Bank of Franklin coaches, they're letting some of these guys run about halfway, challenge the pitcher, challenge the catcher to throw the ball, and that's gotten them a couple of runs.
That pitch inside. Makes it a 3-2 count now to Owen Webb with Cruz Carpenter on deck. Bank of Franklin on top 4-0. We're in the top of the first with one out.
I think he corrected that count there, Ken. That's going to be a walk.
It is a walk, okay. It is a walk, all right. So that's back-to-back walks here. Puts Webb on first. Ball up high, ball one.
Right here, if you're a coach, you got to be really careful with your pitcher laboring too hard this early in the ball game.
3 singles and 2 walks. Pitch outside for a ball. What do you call that? A strike, I think, didn't he?
He did.
Call strike one. 1-1 count here on Cruz Carpenter.
Everything's a little backwards when you're watching the call from behind the mound.
Swing and a miss. Strike 2.
Good cut there by Carpenter. Pretty good pitch, a little up in the zone, hard for him to catch up to.
Fortenberry's pitch is going to be a little bit inside. He'll take it for a ball. Runs the count to 2-2 with Parker Myers on deck for Bank of Franklin. The one out.
Carpenter here, you try to put the ball in play.
Pitch way inside as Carpenter ducks out of the way, takes it for the full count now, 3-2.
Fortenberry laboring a little bit out there. As we said, he got through the first 4 batters by throwing really solid strikes right in the zone, and now, got him a call, 3rd strike there.
So the strikeout, 2 down now for Bank of Franklin. Here's Parker Myers, one of the 4 outfielders for Bank of Franklin. He'll step to the plate now. 2 outs. Runner at first base. Pitch is outside. Lilly will take a look down there at first, but the runner down there, Webb gets back.
The big at bat right here if you're Fortenberry on the mound, because 4 runs is not a big deficit in this league.
There goes the runner. Throw down to second is going to be off the mark and a steal by Webb.
As we said, these Bank of Franklin guys like to run the base, even with their big kids. Not necessarily your speedsters. They're letting them run, and it's drawing throws, and it's working for them.
It's a pretty good-looking pitch. That's a strike.
Nice pitch right there. Good little comeback for Fortenberry. And if he'll concentrate and relax a little bit, I think he can throw strikes.
1-2 countdown on Parker Myers.
Another
has a strike right in the middle of the strike zone. Strike 2. So 2-2 count here on Myers with 2 outs at the top of the first inning.
Also something we've seen, Ken, and these kids, as they get through the first inning, they kind of get into a little bit of a rhythm.
Swung on, fouled off right side. Count will stay at 2-2. Runner goes to third, but of course he will be instructed to go back to second.
Some of these little pitchers, they'll struggle a little bit in that first inning, and they kind of figure out their rhythm and kind of calm down for the next couple of innings, and they're in pretty good shape. Mr. Myers, I think, got a little stinger on the
Yeah, I think it might. In fact, they're going to call dead ball. All right, so he's out. So Myers called out for out number 3, but on the inning for Bank of Franklin, pretty productive inning for the Bank of Franklin club. 4 runs. We have them with 3 hits. They leave 1 aboard, so at the end of 1.5 inning of play, Bank of Franklin 4, and 601 Sports coming to bat. We'll take 60, and Dixie Youth Baseball continues after this on B92.
Cash in on cool summer savings at C&W Homes in Vicksburg. C&W Homes has 2 Sunshine display homes at big discounts. Take your choice and save on a Sunshine 28 by 68 4-bedroom 2-bath home or a 32 by 64 3-bedroom 2-bath Sunshine home. Price includes delivery, setup, skirting, and AC. These great homes are priced to move. C&W Homes, Highway 61 South, Vicksburg. They will not be undersold. Call toll-free 800-748-9056. Online, cwmobilehomes.com.
Hey, this is Will Thibodeau with Sullivan Ford Lincoln, Southwest Mississippi's Ford truck headquarters. We here at Sullivan want to extend our biggest thanks for all of your business over the past few months by offering 0% up to 84 months on all remaining 2019 models, as well as 0% up to 72 months on most of our 2020 vehicles. Don't forget our special discounts for military, teachers, college grads, first responders, and healthcare professionals. Check out our Facebook page or visit us on the World Wide Web at SullivanFordLincoln.com. Sullivan Ford Lincoln. We're better, we're proving it, and we want you to be the judge. Exit 40, Brookhaven.
Back here at the Dixie Youth Baseball Complex, we'll thank some of our field sponsors for their support of Dixie Youth Baseball. First Bank, Gungan Engineering, Farm Bureau Insurance, and others who've stood by and kept supporting this complex, even though it was kind of shaky if we're going to even have a season here this year.
That's right. And it's we talk about this every week, and I think it's honestly the truth. I don't know if there's a better Little League facility in the state of Mississippi that I've seen, and I don't know if there's one better in the South. And this place right here is really great, and I'm glad these sponsors are able to do this. These kids need this. During in between innings, we saw about all the infielder Bank of Franklin gather on the mound and give each other a fist pump. I mean, teamwork that they learn here, the commitment, and learning to really put in some time to better themselves. These Little League days. I have friends now that I played Little League with when we were 10, 12 years old, and we still know each other. We know each other from Little League, and we'll speak and we talk about those old days. They'll never forget these times.
Bank of Franklin coming to bat now to lead it off here with Case Simmons. He'll be followed by Brooklyn Lee and Peyton Price, and then the pitcher, the third baseman, Tristan Prather, batting cleanup here. On the hill for 601 Sports is Trip McDowell. The Bank of Franklin will be Trip McDowell. Behind the plates, Mason Roberts. Third base will be Dawson Smith. Shortstop, Fisher Holcomb. Justin Hudson at second. Owen Webb holds down the first base side over there.
Simmons, big, tall left-hander. Ready to take his cuts.
First pitch is going to be down and inside for a ball 1. So 1-0 the count here. 4-0 Bank of Franklin on top here at the bottom of the first inning. Got folks out of town who'd like to listen. We have it on our YouTube channel. Just go to youtube.com. And the pitch goes sailing over the catcher's head for ball 1. YouTube.com. Then search B92 space WPKN, all lowercase.
Yeah, we've got the restrictions here. Not everybody can come to the ballpark like they normally do, so it's great for everybody around to be able to hear.
Swing and a miss. I think McDowell kind of hung like that, but kind of tantalized him, and he went after it, but it was just a little bit out of the strike zone.
Yeah, it was. I think he kind of took something off that. It looked like it tailed away from the left-hander, which is a good pitch.
Swung on ground on right side. That's going to get through there between first and second. Gets past the right fielder. There goes Simmons turning at first. He'll be taking second, hustling down to third. They're going to send him on home. Here comes the throw in. Gets past the catcher. That's going to be a run there. credit him with a single, but some errant throws. He's going to go all the way around for the run. One on the board here for 601 Sports by K. Simmons. Hit that ball hard between first and second, and outfielder couldn't quite come up with it. Goes all the way to the fence, and Simmons never slowed down.
No, it was a nice, clean hit through the infield, and I figured when it got past that right fielder, we were going to see him go all the way because he's a big, tall, slender kid, good speed, and the ball just it kind of kept rolling out there. It got almost to the fence before he was able to run it down to right field.
Pitch outside for a ball. It's going to be 2-0 to count here on the Brooklyn Lee, the second baseman.
Lee is one of those guys that plays everywhere for 601. We saw him at shortstop last week. We saw him pitch a little bit last week. A couple weeks ago, we saw him now we're seeing him at second base. A really good, solid ball player.
Right-hander Trip McDowell on the hill here for Bank of Franklin. They lead 601 Sports 4-1 here in the bottom of the first. Pitch again getting past the catcher. And call out a ball 3. So 3 straight pitches, 3 straight call balls.
Yeah, as we said earlier, the key is to just keep it in that strike zone and let him swing away.
Pitches upstairs for a ball. There'll be a ball 4 and a walk delivered there to Brooklyn Lee. That brings up Peyton Price to the shortstop.
Now we'll see if 601 Sports is going to run like Banker Franklin did in that first inning.
Left-hander batter steps to the plate. Pitch is going to be swung on and missed. Had a good cut at it. Missed it.
Price, big left-hander. Really good cut. Looks like if he tears into one, it could go for a while.
Lee will over at first. Let's see if we're going to get the steal attempt here. Way outside, he'll hold at first. It'd take a few steps off the bag, but gets back on the bag quickly.
I tell you, if I remember correctly, we haven't seen it yet in this game, but Roberts behind the plate, he's got a really strong arm. He's a good athlete. So I think that 601 Sports is kind of playing it close for just a little bit here.
There's a strike. Strike 2.
Maybe one of those situations they wait till it's really a necessity to try to take that extra base.
Price waits the pitch here. Swung on, fouls it off and toward the Bank of Franklin dugout down the third base side. Count will stay at 2-1 now on the Prather.
He kind of fought that off. It looked like it kind of came in on his hands a little bit, but he was able to keep it from being strike 3.
Ball's downstairs.
Really good eye there by Price. That ball was not that far out of the strike zone when it came up to the plate. It did end up in the dirt with the catcher, but he was able to back off there and not take that swing. Good job.
2-2 pitch coming from McDowell. He rocks and fires. Pitches a good pitch fouled off the plate. So that was right letter high. Swung on and fouled off the plate. Count will stay at 2-2.
And that's a good job. A lot of people don't realize, but if a batter up there hacks away and keeps fouling off these pitches he can't hit and eventually gets a walk. I'm not saying he's going to walk here, but when you do that, when you fight for a walk, it is just as solid and as bad as a single is.
McDowell again checks down with the Roberts for the side. 2-2 pitch is coming up. Lee at first. Pitch way upstairs. Ball 3. Runs it to the full count. 3-2 on Peyton Price, the shortstop for 601 Sports.
So those consistent foul balls can end up tiring out a pitcher, and Price doing a good job right now.
Swung on right back at the middle. That's got to get through there for a base hit. Here comes Lee rounding second. Throw will come in. They're going to hold Lee at third. So a base hit. Oh, got past the third baseman. Throw goes to third. Here comes Lee. Play is going to be at the plate, and they got it. Nice job by the third baseman. Dawson Smith made a perfect strike down to the catcher, Mason Roberts, and they get Lee coming home.
He did. So picture this, if you will. Lee was on first, ground ball up the middle, and he took third. He had third, but then the ball got past Smith. Smith ran it down very quickly at the dugout and threw a dart into Roberts, who did a great job of coming off the plate and putting the tag on him far enough away from the plate that it was an easy call for the umpire.
Base hit for Price. One out here. We're in the bottom of the first inning. It's a 4-1 ball game back to Franklin.
I don't fault 601 coaches for that because it took a perfect throw right there to get him out.
Prather swings. Catcher can't come up with it. Throw to first. That third, rather, is going to be a little bit late. That's going to allow Price to get to third. Well, Case Simmons leads it off where Bank of Franklin hits a shot out into right field. It goes to the fence. He has a couple of errant throws, but he never checked up. Came all the way around to score the first run. There's a little low roller at third. They're going to cross the diamond. That's going to be too high. Got past the first baseman. That's going to let Prather hustle down to second base. A run will score. Price will come in from third. Run score run number 2. Prather will take second.
Good job by Prather there, getting the bat on the ball. Slow roller down third base. Wasn't a whole lot Smith could do with it, but just try to throw off balance there. A little bit of a high throw, and just like that, as I said in the first inning, Ken, a 4-run deficit is not a big deal. Now it's a 2-run deficit.
Pitch outside to Braxton Fortenberry, the pitcher,
and you got a guy on second base, so you're 120 feet from being only down by 1 run.
Pitch is going to be behind the batter. They're going to hold the runner, though.
Yeah, smart move by the coaches there.
Roberts got that ball back in a hurry. He would have had an easy throw at third, so they run the motion the runner to get back on second.
Good awareness of what's going on, and good job by the runner Prather down there, picking up his coach and seeing the coach says, come on, and then the coach says, stop. And he was able to get back quickly.
Pitch on the way is going to be outside once again. Outside to the first base side that time. Going to move the count to 3-1 here.
Nice pick by Roberts there, too. That ball was in the dirt, and he was able to backhand it. Some of these catchers, I tell you, have really impressed me with them being able to try to keep these balls in front of them.
3-1 pitch, swing and a miss for strike 2.
Good cut there by Fortenberry. Ball was a little bit up on him. Had good velocity on it as well, and that's a harder pitch to catch up on than a pitch down in the strike zone.
Here comes the payoff pitch for the 3-2. That's going to be upstairs for a walk. Second walk given up in the inning here by Trip McDowell. Puts runners at first and second now for 601 Sports, so you're tying a run, as you mentioned, Jeff.
Right.
Now we're at first base with 1 out.
Yeah, you're one ground ball up the middle from a tied ball game if things went your way.
Swing and a miss by Wesson Johnson. Strike 1.
Good cut there by Johnson. Ball a little bit down in the zone. He's not looking for a walk, though. He wants to get a base hit.
Runners at first and second for 601 Sports. Bank of Franklin with a lead, 4-2 rather, here in the bottom of the first. Swung on, fouled off right side.
Johnson, not a bad cut there. A little late on the swing, but he was able to make contact, foul that ball back. Looking down to his coach for signs, which I think the sign was get a hit, knock in some runs. That's what he wants to happen.
0-2 count here on Johnson. Runners again first and second for 601 Sports. Swung on, foul over toward the 601 Sports dugout for strike 1.
Good, nice wood on the ball. A little bit late on it. Well, fouled it to the right side. He's seeing the ball better with every pitch.
Count stays at 0-2 with Easton Emerson on deck here for 601 Sports. Nice pitch, right back up the middle. It's going to be, takes a kind of a funny hop out of the outfield. We're going to send the runner home, and the run will score. They'll hold the runner at first, but a good job by the center fielder. That ball took a crazy hop out there.
He really did it right off that turf.
And he was able to still stay in front of it and make the play and get the ball back in quickly.
Really good job by the center fielder, especially holding the runner to second base. Now you got first and second. You got to force it in his back. That was a good job there. Good job of hitting there by Johnson because the first couple of pitches, he was really not on the ball, and then he got a little bit more used to the velocity there, and then just ripped one right up to the gut.
Emerson takes the first pitch outside for a ball. Ball 1.
if you're 601 coaches here, you don't want to run yourself out of this inning. You got the time run and the go-ahead run on base, but you don't want to get anybody thrown out. It's smart base running.
Pitch is swung on and missed for strike one. 1-1 the count here on Emerson. One hit in the inning, one out in the inning for 601 Sports. They were trailing 4-0. They've scored 3, threatening to take the lead with runners at first and second with 1 out here.
Good job of clawing back and making this a competitive baseball game.
McDowell's pitch is swung on and missed for strike 2.
I think he took a little bit off of that one and kept it on the inside corner. Emerson couldn't quite turn on it.
So 1-2 count coming up. Emerson, the pitch on the way outside, got away from the catcher. And they're going to send both runners. Throw to third is going to be not in time. A little hesitation at second. It started and stopped and started, but they're able to get down to third, so both runners will advance. Fortenberry will go to third. Johnson will be parked out there at second. So got 2 runners in scoring position now for 601 Sports.
I'll tell you, that little Roberts behind the plate's got a very good arm. Almost made that play.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Lead strikeout. That'll make 2 down here for 601 Sports.
Gutsy comeback by McDowell there, being able to get that strikeout with the tying run and go-ahead run on base.
Here's Luke Paxton, another outfielder, right-handed batter. Tying run at third, go-ahead run for 601 Sports at second. With 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning.
With your Paxton here, you just want to try to get this ball in. I'm Patton here. If you want to just try to get this ball in play, and then anything can happen. Or he'll take a walk, either one.
McDowell has the side he wants. Here comes the pitch on the way. That's going to be a little bit inside for ball 1 on Paxton.
Yeah, moved him off the plate a little bit there. Not too far off inside corner. Not a bad pitch.
Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Paxton will step back and take it for strike 1.
Yeah, I tell you, McDowell has really gotten into a rhythm over the last couple of pitchers, and is throwing the ball with good pitches right around the strike zone with good velocity.
Here comes a 1-1 pitch, way inside. Nice scoop there by Roberts. Boy, he had just like a shortstop.
Yeah, and he did it with like little effort. I mean, it looked like it was everyday thing for him. Very impressive job back there by him.
2-1 count now on Paxton. Little foul ball right side. Evens the count up at 2-2.
If you're Patton there, you got to feel a little bit better because now you got the bat on the ball. Kind of see what he's bringing at you here.
2-2 pitch. Little bit low for ball 3. Full count now on Luke Paxton. 3-2. Runners at second and third. 601 Sports trailing by 1 here. Bottom of the first inning.
You got to be smart here if you're Patton.
Takes it for strike 3. That ends the inning. Well, on the inning for 601 Sports, they push across 3 runs. We've got them with 4 hits. Leave 2 aboard. End of 1 complete. Bank of Franklin 4. 601 Sports 3. Let's take 60 down the line here. Dixie Youth Baseball continues after this on B92.
During times of uncertainty, it's comforting to know we have a healthcare system in our community that's been committed to supporting us for well over a century. In this current time, we are standing together, and our bond is stronger than ever. KDMC, caring for our community like no one else can.
It's the good old summertime,
And what better place to enjoy all the fresh fruits and vegetables the summer has to offer than Brookway Market Basket. Peanut lovers, Brookway Market Basket has fresh medium jumbo peanuts. Whatever the garden produces, you'll always get the best selection at Brookway Market Basket, 835 Brookway Boulevard, Brookhaven. Open Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Credit, debit, and EBT cards accepted. And check out the EBT Double Up Bucks program at Brookway Market Basket. Brookway Market Basket now has in South Carolina peaches. And tell Wayne you heard about it on B92.
Back here at the Dixie Youth Baseball Complex, going to the top of the second inning. Bank of Franklin 4, 601 Sports. Again, thanks to some of our field sponsors, Crown Bottling Company, your Pepsi distributor, Bank Plus of Brookhaven, also Sullivan Ford Lincoln. Thanks to those folks for their support of Dixie Youth Baseball. Into the top of the second inning. 6 innings scheduled here, Jeff, but we've only got 34 minutes left of the clock here.
Rarely do you play 6 when you're down at the 10-year-old level, because that takes some really quick pitching and quick defense for you to get to that deep. We did see an extra inning game last week in 11th and 12th year, a 12-year-old league, but it didn't even go 6 innings. It went like 4 was the extra innings because, that time limit kind of runs things out down here, but that makes it more fun for the guys. When you don't want a long game dragging out if it's not a close game. So it works out well.
Well, leading it off here in the top of the second for Bank of Franklin is going to be Parker Myers. He'll be followed by Harrison Calcote. We got Blaze Lilly back to the top of the order with Justin Hudson.
So we'll see here. Hopefully, Fortenberry had a little trouble with his control early on. I mean, the first 4 batters actually, put the bat on the ball, and then he kind of had a couple of issues with walks, settled back down and got him a couple strikeouts. So we'll see if he can bring that mentality of the strikeout back into this inning and keep this close for him because, like I said, I mean, now you got a 1-run deficit, not a big deal. He can work out of this inning, keep him off the base pass, not give up more than 1 or 2 runs. 601 would have a great chance to do something in the bottom.
Umpire says, let's play ball, so we're ready to get going here. Harrison Calcote will lead it off for Bank of Franklin. First pitch is going to be swung on, chops foul right side for strike 1 to Harrison Calcote. Infield for 601 Sports, we've got Prather at third, Price at short, Lee at second, Simmons at first, and Lilly behind the plate, and Fortenberry on the hill. Chopped off the plate, strike 2.
Good solid infield for 601 Sports. We've seen them have to make a couple of plays, and they've done a really good job. It's solid infield for Bank of Franklin as well. These are really well-coached, good fundamental ball players out here tonight.
Taking it all the way is going to be Calcote. He takes it for ball 1. So they'll move it to a 1-2 count on Calcote.
A little bit up there, but not too far out of the strike zone. Good smart pitch by Fortenberry.
That's going to hit him on the side of the knee. He's going to shake it off and take first base. Brings up Blaze Lilly.
Blaze is coming here, choking up a little bit. He wants to get the wood on the ball, keep moving these runners.
Pitch off the glove of the catcher. They're going to send the runner. There goes Calcote hustling to second. He'll get to second easily. So another runner scoring position now for Bank of Franklin.
Yeah, Bank of Franklin, as we said in that first inning, loves to run the bases. We'll see if they continue to do that throughout this inning.
Pitch way up high. Nice job by Lilly to get out of the crouch to get up and quickly to stab that ball before it gets past him for ball.
You got Lilly catching and Lilly batting right now. That's spelled just a little bit differently.
Pretty good-looking pitch from Fortenberry. It's going to get just on that inside corner for a strike. Nice pitch there by Fortenberry.
Yeah, Fortenberry's starting off this inning, good control like he did last inning.
2-1 pitch. That got past the catcher this time. They're going to send hold him a little delay start there by Calcote. And the coach at third wisely tells him to hold at second. because Lilly would have had a play at third.
Yeah, that was going to be a bang-bang play there if he hadn't and come back. He just didn't quite pick up that ball coming off the catcher's mitt.
3-1 count. That's going to be a strike two.
It's there.
3-2 count here on Lilly. That pitch is going to be way inside, ball 4. Going to send the runner back to second, ball 4. A walk delivered there to Lilly, puts runners at first and second, nobody out, top of the order. Justin Hudson, who lined out to second baseman, his first time up.
I think he may have ended up calling that a hit by pitch.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So that's 2 of those in a row. You don't see a whole lot of those. So top of the order here.
Chopper back to the pitcher. He's got to go to third for the force out, and they'll make the tag out instead, but they get the out there at third. So Calco goes down at third base for the out. Lilly will take second, and Hudson will reach on the fielder's choice.
I tell you, Hudson, he went up there ready to hit because that was the pitch was up a little bit in his eyes, but he swung away.
There's a fly ball just over the second baseman's glove by Holcomb. They're going to send 1 run home. Here comes the throw in. Gets past the second baseman and getting down to third. Nice job by Prather to back it up, but he was kind of out of position to make a play at third.
Nice swing there by Holcomb. Good base hit.
So Lilly will score. Hudson will come down to third, and Holcomb takes second on the play.
This is that part of the order that loves to swing away and put some good wood on the ball.
Here's tripping Dowell, the pitcher. A little slow roller. Third base will be a foul. Strike 1.
So now, knowing the way Banker Franklin runs the bases, you got second and third here. I wouldn't be surprised to see them push the issue. If anything at all gets past Lilly here, I think they'll send Hudson to the plate. Hudson's pretty fast.
Pitch way inside. 1-1 the count now on Fisher Holcomb, who singled and then scored back in that first inning.
The left-hander.
Check that, Trip McDowell. 1-1 count.
Yeah.
McDowell also singled and scored back in that first inning. Pitch outside for ball.
Good job there by Lilly, keeping the ball in front of him. Right now you want to try to keep this damage down to 1 or 2 runs and get back in there and bat again.
McDowell waits for the pitch here from Fortenberry. Pitch is way inside.
I think that hit him on the
I think it hit him on the foot too, yep. So Hudson should have to go back to third, or they're going to allow that run.
Yeah, he's going back.
Yep, got to go back. Base is loaded now after McDowell hit by the pitch. Hudson at third, Holcomb at second, McDowell at first. Got 1 out. Here's Mason Roberts, the catcher, singled and scored as well back in that first inning. 5-3 Banker Franklin, top of the second. 26 minutes left in the clock. It's first game of the game on this field.
Your Roberts here, you're Robinson to inflict some damage.
Pitch way upstairs out of the strike zone for sure there. Strike.
As we said, they're playing, the rules here is you can't take off the base till the pitch comes to the plate. And these guys in Banker Franklin, they're challenging. They're coming down the line, trying to draw a pitch.
The second baseman scoops it up, throws to first. They got the runner at first, but here comes 1 run. And the catcher drops the bat. The baseball, Hudson will score. So he comes in from third, run number 6, and Holcomb right on his heels. Run number 7, and McDowell's going to come around to third.
Good job there. Good aggressive base running. Nice play by Lee there. He made the right play. Went to first base, got the sure out, and Banker Franklin just kept on running. Tried to score there.
Dawson Smith walked and scored his last time up.
Smith, a big right-hander. Chance to drive in another run.
Woodbury swings and kind of foul, tips it back here to the screen. I don't know. At first, I think the runner down at third thought that might have been a pass ball, but I think he just did get just a little piece of it.
I think he did. And they kept him at third base.
0-1 count here on Dawson Smith. Swung again, little foul tip back to the screen. Count goes to 0-2 on Smith.
Just about got into that one. Smith was a little bit, I think, a little ahead of that pitch. I think Fortenberry took a little bit off of it, spun it up there. Smith couldn't quite time it right, but did foul it off.
Pitch upstairs. Allen got past Lilly. They're going to hold the runner at third, though. As that ball, as you said, to the short backstop, got back out to the catcher pretty quick, and that really did not give the runner McDowell any real opportunity to score.
No, and Lilly's a good athlete. I think on that play right there, had McDowell tried to score, I think he would have tagged him at the plate. I don't think he would have had to throw it to Fortenberry.
That's a strike three, so they're going to get Smith on the strikeout for out number 3. On the inning, though, for the Bank of Franklin, they pick up 3 runs on 1 hit, had a couple of walks, a couple of hit batters, and at the end now of the 1.5 innings of play. Bank of Franklin 7, 601 Sports 3. Let's take 60 seconds down the line. Dixie Youth Baseball continues after this on B92.
The pipe under the sink broke. Junior started a small fire in the den. Don't panic. Call Nathan Grayson and Dry Time Fire and Water Cleanup and Restoration at 754-1449. Whatever disaster strikes your home, Dry Time can take care of it. Fire and soot, water, mold, and more. Dry Time also offers complete cleaning services from floor to ceiling. Don't panic. Call Dry Time Fire and Water Cleanup and Restoration at 754-1449. 754-1449.
Our youth sports programs are an important part of our community. Rex Lumber is proud to be a supporter of youth sports. As in sports, teamwork is an important part of any business and community effort. Rex Lumber supports our community and is pleased to be a part of the team helping Lincoln County grow. Good luck to all the teams, and a big thank you to all the players, coaches, family, and supporters who make it all happen. Go teams! Rex Lumber is with you all the way.
We're back at the Dixie Youth Complex here at the Lincoln Civic Center, moving to the bottom of the second inning. Back of Franklin 7, 601 Sports 3. Leading off for 601 Sports, Jace Ashley. He'll be followed by Justin Lilly, Eli Gerald, and back to the top of the order with Case Simmons. Again, thanks to our field sponsors, Trustmark National Bank, also Dungan Engineering. Thanks to those folks for their great support to Dixie Youth Baseball.
A great night for baseball, Ken. Clouds are in the sky, and
nice little breeze.
Comfortable, nice breeze, yeah.
21 minutes left on the clock. Yeah, this is the final full week of baseball for this season, a shortened season now. There will be games Monday night, I believe, and that will be about it for the regular season. We have heard there may be a district tournament and may not be a district tournament. We'll have to get some clarification on that. Now, travel ball tournaments do begin here.
Oh, yes, absolutely. We had some of our local teams driving off for travel ball, so they've been going on in other parts of Mississippi and Louisiana now, or even in Alabama, for a few weeks now, but they'll be cranking that back up here pretty soon.
So Jace Ashley from the outfield will lead it off. He'll be followed by the catcher, Justin Lilly.
And so if you're 601 Sports here, you want to answer with some runs.
Well, 601 Sports had an opportunity. They had a run back in the bottom of the first, but could not get those 2 runs in.
That's right. So they're back to a 4-run deficit. So you want to slice into that a little bit at least. If not, try to tie this game up, take a lead.
Here comes the batter, Jace Ashley. Wide-handed batter. As McDowell goes into the wind-up pitch on the way. Swung on, chopped off the plate. It's going to be a fair ball. throw to first is going to be not in time. Or is it? Let's wait and see. Nope, he's going to be safe.
Yeah, I think it was in time. It just pulled him off the bag. Pretty good play there by Holcomb, because that ball, that was about like a bunt, like a slow-rolling bunt. Holcomb came off the mound, fielded it, made a good throw to first, just barely pulled his man off the bag.
So runner aboard here for 601 Sports. Fastball is going to get past the catcher, swing and a miss. They'll hold the runner at first. Strike one on Justin Lilly, the catcher for 601 Sports. Swung on, ground ball at third, gets past, knocked out at third base. Both runners will be safe. Hard hit down there. And Dawson Smith does a good job to knock the ball down. Just couldn't get that ball corralled quickly enough to make a play on it.
Yeah, that was a well-hit ball there.
So we'll give Lilly a base hit and a hard hit ball at third with runners at first and second. Eli Gerald takes the first pitch for ball one. McDowell checks down with his catcher. Pitch on the way. That's going to be a strike on that outside corner. Strike one. 1-1 count here on Gerald. Top of the order, Case Simmons is on deck here, and he's a guy that could change this ball game.
He sure could.
Pitch outside. That's a ball. That's 2-1 count now on Eli Gerald. Game clock is down to 18 minutes. We're in the bottom of the second inning. Bank of Franklin 7. 601 Sports 3. Little excuse me swing there.
Had to fight that one off, but he fought it off. Kept himself alive.
Evens the count up at 2-2. McDowell brings the pitch home. Swung on. That's a little fly ball. Got to get in there. They're going to have one run to hold at third. Kind of a lazy fly ball got over the infield and fell in front of the left fielder. So Gerald aboard with a base hit to load the bases now for Case Simmons.
Nice swing there by Gerald. He just dropped the bat head on the ball and floated it in the left field. Good swing there.
So Simmons hit a rocket out to right field, got past the outfielder, goes to the fence. He comes home on that play. Got it. Pitch, and Simmons kind of dejectedly throws the bat down because he wanted that to hit, but that hits him. It's going to drive a run in. That'll score Ashley coming down from third base. Run number 4 for Bank of Frank for 601 Sports. Lilly to third, Gerald to second, and Simmons, after being hit by the pitch, is at first. Here's Brooklyn Lee, who walked his last time up and was forced out. Swing and a miss to strike one. Runners at second is out. Runner at third will score. And a throw down to second. So the runner down there at second, Lilly, got hung off the bag and was thrown out for out number 1 rather.
Yeah, and if you're 601 Sports, you really didn't want that to happen. It'd get your run in.
There's a base hit out to left. They'll hold Simmons at second. Throw comes back in.
Nice single there for Simmons. For Lee, I'm sorry. Ball in the inside corner. He just turned on it and ripped a line drive between short and third, and now 601's back in business with one of their big guys up, Mr. Price.
There's a fly ball that's going to just land foul down that left field line, opposite field for the left-hander Price. Had that ball been just a couple of feet more to the right there, Jeff,
yeah,
had been an easy.
That was going to be a run.
Triple.
Yep, no doubt.
So one strike here on Price. It's 1 ball, 1-1 count. Swing and a miss, strike 2. With 1 out.
Good cut there by Price. But right here, you really want to get the bat on the ball in fair territory.
Pitch is going to be a little bit outside for a ball. Ball 2, evens the count. We got scoreboard's got 2-1, so we'll go with that count there, 2-1. It's going to be on the inside corner. That'll leave it up at 2-2. Now in Price. With a Prather on deck here for 601 Sports. Banker Franklin on top here. Bottom of the second, 7-5 with 15 minutes left in the ball game.
You couldn't ask for a better situation. You're 6-1. You got your two big sticks up there with men on board.
Pitch up high. That'll move it to a 3-2 count now on Peyton Price. Three-two pitch coming up as McDowell kind of digs in, looks down to his catcher. Roberts holds the glove in the middle of the plate. Swung on. That's a ball left field. That's going to be over the left fielder. They're going to have one run. Here comes Simmons. He will score easily. Here comes the throw in. Going to send the runner. Go to the plate. Roberts can't come up with it. And another run will score. They're going to hold the runner. Prather. So credit Prather with a double. Takes third on the throw. Simmons will score run number 5. Lee with run number 6.
Nice job there by Price, going with the pitch, hitting it the opposite way.
First pitch is fouled off right side for a strike by Fortenberry. Fortenberry walked his last time, was stranded at third when 601 Sports had the opportunity to take a lead there in the first inning.
It's actually Prather up.
Prather, I'm sorry. Prather. That one's fouled off.
He's pitching Prather in on his hands, but he's just having to fight that ball off. He gets a little bit more bat speed on there and turns on that. We could have another run here, and just like that, 601 is 60 feet from taking the lead.
Tie ball game, 7-7. That ball's inside, getting past the catcher, Roberts, but he'll chase the ball down. Holding the runner Price over at third.
Yeah, Roberts wouldn't have anything to do with that. He got back there and he stared at the ball because he knew if Prather came, if Price came, he could get him. So he just smartly took his time getting the ball and getting it back to his pitcher.
1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss.
Good pitch there, low strike. Prather went down, tried to get it. Couldn't quite catch up to it. Good job of pitching there by Holcomb.
Here's Braxton Fortenberry. Again, he walked his last time up. Was left stranded at third base. 7-7 ball game here. We're in the bottom of the second inning.
And I tell you, this has been an inning of good hitting. I mean, it hadn't been a bunch of walks. I mean, you've had single, triple. Really good hitting there by 601 Sports in this inning.
McDowell's pitch outside for a ball. Runs the count out of 2-0 on Fortenberry.
Holcomb looks like he may be laboring just a little bit out there. Pretty hot out there for these kids, and after they throw 40 or 50 pitches, very tired.
Pitch a little bit outside. Running to a 3-0 count now on Fortenberry. Pitch on the way. That's going to be getting past the catcher, but it's going to be a ball 4 anyway, so no damage done. Runner will stay at third. Go-ahead run at third for 601 Sports. With 11 minutes left on the clock, of course, as you say, if we get out of the inning, we'll play another inning
For sure.
Pitch up a little bit high for a ball. I'd call out a strike. Strike 1.
Johnson with a single last time. Good base hit. They could really 601 Sports could use it right here.
Runners in the corners for 601 Sports. Swung on, popped up right in front of us here, and the screen in front of us for strike 2.
Good pitch there, a little inside, a little bit high, but Johnson couldn't keep off of it and made good contact with it. Fouled it back, but pretty good swing.
Holcomb on the mound, pitch on the way. It's going to be outside for a ball. There goes the runner. Roberts will wisely hold the ball.
Smart move by Roberts. Never even thought about throwing. Turned around and grinned after he faked the throw. Good, smart baseball. Nice pitch.
That's going to be strike 3, and that's it for Johnson. So we got a tie ball game on the inning for 601 Sports. They're able to push across 4 runs on the inning. They leave a couple aboard here. So at the end of 2 complete, Bank of Franklin 7, 601 Sports 7. So let's take 60 seconds down the line. And Dixie Youth Baseball continues after this in B92.
For a winning deal on a new Toyota or Carfax certified pre-owned vehicle, it's Toyota of Brookhaven. The friendly sales team at Toyota of Brookhaven will help you choose the right vehicle for you with financing to fit your budget. When it comes to service, Toyota of Brookhaven takes care of everything from oil changes to major repair work. Toyota of Brookhaven, 890 Brookway Boulevard. Online, toyotaofbrookhaven.com. Good luck to all our Dixie youth teams.
Sports injury? Tri-Therapy Physical and Occupational Therapy Clinics can help. We provide care for all types of injuries and rehabilitation. Richard Barker, owner and physical therapist, has created and managed sports programs for adolescents for many years here in Brookhaven. Tri-Therapy's main office is in Brookhaven at 509 Brookway Boulevard, along with locations in Crystal Springs, Monticello, Macomb, Magnolia, Prentice, and Hattiesburg. You have a choice. Choose Tri-Therapy. Call us at 601-833-7317.
We're back at the Dixie Youth Sports Complex, Dixie Youth Baseball and WBKN Brookhaven, your sports authority. Again, thanks to some of our field sponsors, Susan Probst, your Ameriprise financial advisor, First Bank of Brookhaven, Duncan Engineering, and Farm Bureau Insurance. Thanks to these and other field sponsors for their support of Dixie Youth Baseball. 7-7 ball game. 8 minutes on the clock here, Jeff, and I don't think we're going to be done in 8 minutes.
No, I don't think so. So unless we get 3 up and 3 down, 3 down, and then somebody scores a go-ahead run. But typically that's not the way it happens out here. You play the first game, you start on time. After that, probably not.
Oh, and Webb will lead it off here for the Bank of Franklin. He'll be followed by Cruz, Carpenter, and Parker Myers, and Harrison Calcote.
It's a whole new ball game now. Bank of Franklin has gone into the bottom of each of their innings with a 4-run lead. Now we're tied up, so it's just like we started. We'll see if they can put some runs on the board and challenge 601 Sports to answer in the bottom of the inning. Fortenberry's got to be getting a little tired out there. He's going through 2 long innings.
So leading it off is Owen Webb, who walked his last time up, stole a base, and left stranded at second back in the first inning. First pitch is going to be outside for ball 1. So 1-0 count here on Webb.
Webb is a big kid, and he's only a 9-year-old, so he's going to be an imposing figure next year when he's 10.
Pitch on the way to Webb. That's going to be swung on. Little ground ball, foul, left side for strike 1. So 1-1 the count here on Webb. Fortenberry took a little bit off of that one, and Webb went to swing, and he tried his best to time it right, but still swung over the ball. Barely rolled it foul. Fortenberry's pitch is swung on, ripped that one foul, third base side, strike 2. I tell you, Mr. Webb is not up there for a walk. He really wants to hit the ball. 1-2 pitch coming up. Swung on and missed. That ball was out of the strike zone, but as you said, Webb was determined to hit something. He went after it, and unfortunately for him, missed it. Not a bad pitch there. If you're going to miss on a guy who's really wanting to swing the bat, miss high. If you miss way outside or way inside, it's a pitch he can't even swing at. But high, down, it's over the plate, I'm sorry. He's going to swing at it. Pitch number 1 to Cruz Carpenter, who struck out his last time up, will be a ball. Ball 1-1-0 count on Cruz Carpenter. Second pitch, he'll be a little bit outside, ball 2. Well, Fortenberry working rather quickly. Not taking a whole lot of time between pitches. I think he's excited. He's got a game tied. He wants to get in the bottom of the inning and try to win this game. Pitch is going to be way inside off the catcher's glove. No damage done. Nobody aboard. That'll move the count, though, to 3-0 on Carpenter. Let's see if he'll be taking all the way on this one. Yeah, Carpenter much more patient at the plate.
he'll be glad to take a walk and be a base runner.
Here comes the 3-0 delivery. Swung on, ripped it foul, right side, strike one.
Well, he just made a liar out of me. 3-0 count. He took a hack at it. Nice swing, too.
So, scoreboard actually corrected to 2-2. 2-2.
All right.
2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss.
Good job of pitching there.
So back-to-back strikeouts here by Fortenberry. Here's Parker Myers.
So if you're Fortenberry here, you want to throw strikes right here. And he's filling up the zone.
Call strike one on Myers.
He's really settled down since he had trouble with a couple of walks in the first inning.
Swing and a miss. Strike two. Well, if you're 601 Sports, you're right where you want to be. With 2 outs, 2 strikes on the batter, opportunity to win the ball game in the bottom half of the inning.
That's right.
2-0 pitch. Good call. Strike three.
Nice
strikes out the side. 3 up, 3 down. For Bank of Franklin, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We have played 2.5 going to the bottom of the third right now. Tie ball game. Bank of Franklin 7, 601 Sports 7. We'll take 60. Dixie Youth Baseball continues after this on B92.
Yeah, that was nice and clean inning.
Yeah.
Cash in on cool summer savings at C&W Homes in Vicksburg. C&W Homes has 2 Sunshine display homes at big discounts. Take your choice and save on a Sunshine 28 by 68 4-bedroom 2-bath home or a 32 by 64 3-bedroom 2-bath Sunshine home. Price includes delivery, setup, skirting, and AC. These great homes are priced to move. C&W Homes, Highway 61 South, Vicksburg. They will not be undersold. Call toll-free 800-748-9056. Online, cwmobilehomes.com.
Well, to the bottom of the third inning, this is do or die right now. 601 Sports opportunity to win this ball game with a 7-7 contest. But leading it off with 601 Sports here in the bottom of the third is Easton Emerson and Luke Paxton, Chase Ashley, and Justin Lilly.
Yeah, if you are 601 here, you want to get a guy on base, and you want to move him. And you have to be careful because Robert's behind the plate, really good arm. So if you do get a base runner, you're going to have to be smart with how you run the bases. You don't want to run yourself out, but you really want to take some chances here. We saw the game that Beck and I did last week went into, quote, extra innings, which was really overtime, and we had a coach that really wanted to press the issue, and he had his man still home in extra innings to win the game. So you take chances here when you get late in a game like this, especially when it's tied. If you're one behind, you might be a little bit more cautious, but being tied, you're going to take a chance to win it right here.
Yeah, leading it off for 601 Sports, Easton Emerson struck out his last time up. And thanks to field sponsors for supporting Dixie Youth Baseball, Bank Plus of Brookhaven, also Sullivan Ford Lincoln, your Farm Bureau insurance agents of the area, Trustmark National Bank, and others. Thanks for your support of Dixie Youth Baseball. Now, the 56 seconds, that does not matter as far as time. We're going to play this bottom of the inning. And if we stay tied, we'll go to inning number 4.
Not unless Mr. Emerson here hits a home run, then that time might mean something.
So Emerson, the right-handed batter, getting set to step to the plate now to face Holcomb.
Holcomb's been pretty good throwing strikes, so these guys are going to have to put the ball in play, I believe, to try to win this game right here.
Pitch on the way. It's going to be inside for ball 1.
I say that, but as I said, these guys get tired, and that kind of, when you start to get tired as a pitcher, it changes your motion, and that's where you're able to, you start to have some problems.
Roberts wants to pitch outside, comes back inside. That'll be ball 2. Roberts got a set up on the outside, saw it set up part of the plate.
Yeah.
The ball came inside.
Sure did.
Now he sets up on the inside, the part of the plate. Wants to bring it back outside. Nice move by Roberts. He set up on the inside and had Holcomb come back outside. I think perhaps Emerson, they've been looking for an inside pitch, swung and missed.
Good pitch, too, right down the pipe.
That's going to be, call ball 3. Kind of a delay call there. 3-1 count here on the leadoff man, Emerson. That pitch is going to be up and away. That's ball 4. So the winning run for 601 Sports is now at first base. That brings up Luke Patton, who struck out his last time up.
And that's what you wanted if you're 601, to get that guy on here. Now, again, as we said, Roberts with good arm, they're probably not going to challenge him, but you get the ball past Roberts, and they're going to take off and try to move him around. So if you're Roberts right here, you got to do a great job of keeping the ball in front of you.
Holcomb waits the pitch, swung on, drive to the left side. That's going to ease through there. Base hit. They're going to hold the runner at second.
Huge single there for Patton.
So Patton just kind of pushes that ball out toward shortstop and gets it out there just far enough to allow him to get to first and Emerson to get to second. Now then you've got your winning run at second base for 601 Sports. With nobody out.
Yeah, now a ball that gets past Roberts, if you get your man down to third, you're really in business if you're 601 Sports.
Chase Ashley at the plate. He got a base hit his last time up. Swings and misses for strike 1.
Big challenge here for Mr. Holcomb, your pitcher for Bank of Franklin, because he's in about as tough a situation as you can be in.
That pitch inside, ball 1, evens the count of 1-1. Base hit here should end the ball game.
It should. It really should.
7-7 contest. Nobody out here at the bottom of the third. Swung on and missed for strike 2.
Good pitch there. Kind of floated on the inside. Actually couldn't quite adjust to the velocity there or the location of that pitch. Swung right over it.
So Holcomb ahead in the count with a 1-2 count here on the batter, Chase Ashley. Pitch on the way. That's going to be swung on, foul right toward the 601 Sports dugout. Count will stay at 1-2.
Good cut there by Ashley. Kind of caught up to that one. Sometimes when that happens, you get a little better feel of that foul ball. Then you kind of get a better idea of the velocity there.
1-2 pitch swung on again. A little late on the swing. He was trying to go opposite field, but pulled it right toward the dugout once again.
Yeah. So again, swung over the first couple pitches, and now he's gotten pretty good contact, even though he's a little bit late on those 2 pitches. He can time this up.
1-2 pitch. Swung on, ground ball right side. That's going to get through there. And here comes the hold. They're going to send the runner to the plate. Here comes the running. That's it. Coming in to score the winning run is going to be Emerson, and that's run number 8, and that's the ball game. The final score is going to be 601 Sports winning the ball game tonight by a final of 8-7.
Good job of hitting that entire inning by 601 Sports. Good job by Emerson in making sure he worked for that walk, and Patton with a good single. And Ashley, first 2 pitches did not look very good, and then caught up with those, fouled off those 2, and I knew he was just about to get his timing down and sprayed that one right into right field. Good job there by 601 Sports.
8-7, come from behind win by 601 Sports. That's your final. We're going to take a minute down the line, come back and recap the ball game for you right after this on B92.
The pipe under the sink broke. Junior started a small fire in the den. Don't panic. Call Nathan Grayson and Dry Time Fire and Water Cleanup and Restoration at 754-1449. Whatever disaster strikes your home, Dry Time can take care of it. Fire and soot, water, mold, and more. Dry Time also offers complete cleaning services from floor to ceiling. Don't panic. Call Dry Time Fire and Water Cleanup and Restoration at 754-1449. 754-1449.
For a winning deal on a new Toyota or Carfax certified pre-owned vehicle, it's Toyota of Brookhaven. The friendly sales team at Toyota of Brookhaven will help you choose the right vehicle for you with financing to fit your budget. When it comes to service, Toyota of Brookhaven takes care of everything from oil changes to major repair work. Toyota of Brookhaven, 890 Brookway Boulevard. Online, toyotaofbrookhaven.com. Good luck to all our Dixie youth teams.
Back here at the Dixie Youth Sports Complex at Lincoln Civic Center, the come from behind guys. 601 Sports trailed going into the second inning, had a big second inning to tie this game back up 7-7, get the winning run at the end with one of nobody out. Actually got the first two batters aboard, and the big hit there to the right side of the infield to drive in the winning run. And that was it as 601 Sports come out of here with a big win tonight, 8-7 over a good-looking Bank of Franklin club. And I think the big thing that was impressed me with me, 601 Sports down quickly 4-0. But as you said, they didn't get on the rattle. They just kept chipping away and finally tied that thing up in the second and got it. I think the big series, though, when we look back at it, the 3 strikeouts in the top of the third, the Bank of Franklin is sets them down in order. Yeah, and that was the big.
Just a good job there by
Fortenberry.
Fortenberry. Good job by Braxton Fortenberry. As we said when he started off the first inning, he was throwing to contact, which you really need to do. Then he walked a couple guys. Then he struck a couple guys out. And then in the second inning, he hit 3 hit by pitches. So he was a little erratic there, but when it really needed a very quick inning, he got it with 3 straight strikeouts. And then Jace Ashley just produced there in the bottom of the third. Got the hit that he needed to get to drive in the winning run, and 601 walks away with a really, really big victory.
Unofficially, check my hit total. I've got 601 Sports with 8 runs. I've got 7 hits. What have you got?
That's right. I think it's about
7 runs. I've got 4 hits. I think all those hits came in the first inning.
And it was. They hit him real well in that first inning, and then things Bank of Franklin kind of had some issues after that. Putting the bat on the ball. When Fortenberry could throw strikes, they were having problems hitting it later in the game. So really good play by both teams tonight. So good defense. I mean, even you say 8-7 game, well, that's high scoring, but they played really good defense. Those were good, solid hits into the outfield, and really good base running by Bank of Franklin. They're really a fast team, and 601 did what they had to do, though, to win the game.
Well, coming up next, of course, we'll be signing off here in a minute, but another 10 and under game here in Field 3. Culbertson Aviation against All-American Housing is coming up. Now, fans, this is the last full week of Dixie Youth Baseball. Now, there's, of course, the social distancing. Kind of be aware of that. They have taken the bleachers out. The same thing I asked, where are the bleachers? Yeah. That's the first thing that went to kind of enforce this. Taking the bleachers out, but people bring their lawn chairs.
Yeah, I don't know. A whole lot of people have missed the bleachers, to be honest with you. They're usually hot and tough to sit in this time of year. So everybody, I think, got a lawn chair, for these games.
All right, your final score once again, a come-from-behind win by 601 Sports. They win at 8-7 in the bottom of the third inning, winning at 8-7 over Bank of Franklin. If you've got folks who want to go back and check it out again, it's archived on our YouTube channel. Go to youtube.com and search B92 space WBKN, all lowercase. So, Jeff, appreciate your help. And
thank you. Enjoyed it. Good night.
You and Beck will be back here.
That's right. We'll be back next week. One more time.
All right, very good. Again, your final score, 601 Sports 8 and Bank of Franklin 7, along with Jeff Richardson, our studio production coordinator, Jeremy Edwards, Ken Hollingsworth. We bid you a good evening.
This has been Monday Night Dixie Youth Baseball on B92. Game action was brought to you by Sullivan Ford Lincoln, Exit 40 Brookhaven, King's Daughters Medical Center, Brookway Market Basket on Brookway Boulevard, Rex Lumber Company, Dry Time Fire and Water Cleanup and Restoration, Toyota of Brookhaven on Brookway Boulevard. Try Therapy Brookway Boulevard. And